My name is Lisa. I am 33 years old, and I work as a nurse in a hospital. My job is to take care of sick people. And although it is demanding, I love what I do. I work long hours, sometimes during the day, sometimes at night. The work can be exhausting. But knowing that I help others makes it all worth it. Before last year, my life was simple and quiet. I lived alone, had no boyfriend, and spent most of my time at work. When I had a day off, I would visit my mother, who lives in a small village. She is old, and I liked to help her as much as I could. My routine never changed, and life felt predictable. I wasn't unhappy, but I wasn't excited about anything either. Then one day, everything changed. A new doctor joined our hospital. His name was Michael. He was 31 years old, 2 years younger than me, and incredibly handsome. He was tall, with brown hair and striking blue eyes. But what made him truly special was his personality. He was friendly, kind, and always had a warm smile. All the nurses liked him. And I was sure he would never notice someone like me. I wasn't the type of woman men paid attention to. I wasn't very slim. I didn't wear fancy clothes. And my hair wasn't long and beautiful like in the movies. I was just ordinary. So, I told myself not to think too much about Michael. But then, something unexpected happened. Michael started talking to me. He always greeted me with a smile and asked how I was doing. At first, I thought he was just being polite. But as time passed, I realized he treated me differently. He paid attention when I spoke. He laughed at my jokes. And he seemed genuinely interested in me. One evening, after a long shift, he offered to drive me home. I was surprised but said yes. In his car, we talked about everything, our work, our families, and our dreams. He was easy to talk to. And I found myself enjoying his company more than I expected. After that night, he often gave me a ride home. Sometimes, he brought me coffee or tea during our breaks. We started sitting together in the cafeteria. And every conversation felt effortless. I looked forward to seeing him every day. Then, one weekend, he asked me if I wanted to go to the movies. We both had the day off. So I agreed. After the movie, we took a long walk and talked for hours. It was one of the happiest days I had in a long time. I started to wonder, could Michael like me the way I liked him? But then, a few days later, he told me something that changed everything. "Lisa, I need to tell you something," he said, looking serious. "What is it?" I asked, feeling nervous. "I'm married." I stared at him, unable to speak. He had never mentioned a wife before. He didn't wear a wedding ring. I felt my heart sink. Michael explained that he had been married for 5 years. His wife's name was Laura. They had no children, and he said he wasn't happy in his marriage. "We don't have much in common," he told me. "We live separate lives. But with you, Lisa, I feel alive. I can be myself." I didn't know what to say. I cared about Michael, but I didn't want to be the reason someone's marriage fell apart. For days, I couldn't stop thinking about it. Why did he choose to spend time with me if he had a wife? Was he really unhappy, or was I just someone new and exciting to him? I felt confused and lost. Then, something happened that gave me my answer. One evening, I went to a big supermarket in the city to buy groceries. As I walked through the aisles, I heard a familiar voice. It was Michael. Before he saw me, I noticed that he was with a woman. She was tall, elegant, and stunning, like a model. She wore expensive clothes and had a bright smile. They were laughing together, looking happy. I froze. Was this Laura, the wife he claimed to have no connection with? Because from where I stood, they looked like a perfect couple. I felt a sharp pain in my chest. I turned around and quickly left the supermarket before they could see me. That night, I couldn't sleep. I kept replaying what I saw in my head. If Michael was so unhappy, why did he look so content with Laura? The next day at work, I knew I had to confront him. "Michael, we need to talk," I said, my voice steady. He looked confused. "What's wrong, Lisa? I saw you at the supermarket with your wife," I said. "You looked happy together. I don't understand why you're spending time with me if you still love her." Michael sighed. "Lisa, it's complicated. Laura and we don't have the same connection that you and I have. With you, I feel different. You make me happy." I shook my head. "But I don't want to be the other woman. Michael, I can't do this." He looked hurt but nodded. "I understand." For the next few days, I thought a lot about my feelings. I talked to my best friend, Sarah, and told her everything. "Lisa, you deserve someone who can be with you fully," she said. "Don't settle for less." She was right. A week later, Michael called and asked to meet. I was nervous but knew I had to be honest. We met in a quiet park. "Michael, I care about you, but I can't do this," I told him. "If you're not happy with Laura, you should talk to her. But I can't be a part of this situation." He looked sad but nodded. "I just want you to be happy. Lisa, I want that for both of us," I said. We said goodbye. As I walked home, I felt both heartbroken and strong. I knew I had made the right decision. Life is full of difficult choices. Sometimes, the right choice is the hardest one to make. But in the end, choosing yourself is always worth it. If you enjoyed this story, please like, subscribe, and share.